tu kidogo. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Where's this country going? Besides that, we also have the Deputy Speaker who is considering a law against the use of contraceptives in adolescents.
Yeah, he's considering because teenage pregnancies are on the rise. So he's thinking that people should go against their customs and beliefs about contraceptives and figure out how to rule out teenage pregnancies.
That and much more is coming up in the news that starts now.
Coming to you live from Plot 249, Gaba Road. Hot on the heels. Fast, reliable, and informative. Agagwira wo gasokira wano ngatibanna gafuna. Agagwira wo 100.2 Galaxy FM.
Let us start off from the upside of the country in Arua, where a 2-year-old child was left to die by a nurse who demanded for a bribe. Obatamu wadde sente ze, omwana n'atamufaako omwana katize mbu yageze kunta.
Yeah, so that incident happened in Arua Hospital. Her mother came in with her baby and she wanted to receive treatment and the nurse wanted some money. You know
Kintu kidogo, eh?
Yes, that's how
Like you see, I also don't have sugar.
I
also don't have power.
Things like that. So, you know how hospitals are, but I think it's not new that when someone goes to a government hospital, they always have to facilitate the nurse somehow or the doctor. Not the doctors really, but those nurses.
Even the doctors sometimes.
Yeah, even the doctors sometimes. But, you know, you have to give some chidogo. It's usually considered a bribe because the nurse is supposed to do their duty.
Exactly. It's not your responsibility.
Yeah. But then also you look at the workload that they have. And at the end of the day, these people will only operate the workload they have, the way they are paid, not so well. So a nurse will end up going with someone who has given them something small and pass all their 100 patients to take care of that one.
So what's being done about this?
Of course,
because now we know.
Apprehended by police, yeah.
That's in Arua. Let's go to the Deputy Speaker who is considering a law for the use of contraceptives in adolescents.
Yeah.
They already use them, eh?
They already use them, but it has not been a thing because imagine out of every 5 parents, how many parents will actually take their teenage girl, let's say a 14-year-old, a 13-year-old, to go and do contraceptives? How many?
I know. It's crazy.
Most parents can't allow because they feel like contraceptives were originally made for married people to space their children properly. Now, the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Thomas Tayebwa, is saying we need to come up with a way of ruling out completely teenage pregnancies because we have seen them on the rise lately. So one of the ways is if we encourage contraceptives in teenagers.
There are issues where we have to dialogue, especially on interventions which some of us believe that they are not in line with our customs and beliefs as Africans. You need more dialogue to have a meeting point. For example, on early childhood pregnancies, some of us, our concern is that more investment should be made in preventing it than handling a pregnancy. So let's put more emphasis on ensuring that child doesn't get pregnant.
Yeah,
as a parent, so your child tells you that, Mommy, the
contraceptive.
Because bagenda zijja wa sente zigenda okugula eddagala eryo.
No, but usually
are they going to be provided to them freely?
Leave alone, yeah.
Olaba atuwa condoms obwerere naye era byagaana.
Yeah, but I think
those things are distributed. You find them randomly in any bathrooms.
Yeah,
pink, blue,
I think it's
white.
the right thing to do. I think we need to preach that message of first abstain, and then if you can't abstain, then use the condoms. But the condoms are not the only, safe method, because we've seen boyfriends ditching condoms and then girls getting pregnant afterwards. Then they have to deal with abortion after, or
and then some girls themselves fear using those rubbers, eh?
Hey.
They have like misconceptions, by the way. A lot has to be done. We have to either strengthen the sensitizing or something, but something has to be done.
Yeah.
Because I want to believe, and I know that the contraceptives have some side effects in the long in the long range, isn't it?
Not that I've heard of. Like what? Who have you seen?
Would
who
you
has
say?
had a side effect from
Would you
contraceptive?
say?
Okay, yes, there are hormonal contraceptives that will make you maybe overbleed, that will make you feel like you are pregnant. Actually, some of them feel nausea and all that. But they are manageable, and I think they are treatable, because if you went to a health facility, for instance, for one of those family planning facilities where you have got a contraceptives from,
Yes.
and it's hormonal, they can actually treat you. They can give you medication to calm down.
What happened to
side
Abana
effects.
Bebatike Mbuto? You remember the statistics we were giving, yeah? Simanyi in eastern Uganda, 2,000 teenagers reported pregnant. You know, that they were impregnated by the Chinese, and then in Rukunjiri.
Not true. I've never said 2,000 kids were pregnant.
Those statistics we are having, eh?
Our pregnancies, teenage pregnancies.
Yeah,
and all
the
that.
others that were pregnant in Kanungu.
Yeah, I think, of course, a child, that's the issue. Because at the end of the day, you've just become a statistic on the record. But then dealing with the real issues,
It is you.
Or your parents. Or maybe, but mostly you. You deal with the side effects, you deal with the consequences, you may not go back to school. So we have had issues, especially in northern Uganda. Kids do not return to school after.
Yeah.
Then the ones who return to school, you can't take it that they will complete.
Exactly.
Someone will go 2 years and say,
When are they doing the other census?
Drops out.
Because we're about 48.9 million Ugandans. In the next census. Huh?
Auntie, there's nothing you can do. We are going to live with the consequences because it's what we have chosen.
We might be like over 54 there because
54 million, even more.
Trust me, we have multiplied.
Yeah, that is why I think maybe we need to come to that point where we say, let the teenagers probably use contraceptives. Or let's think of ways that we can get them safer contraceptives. Kuanga condoms. I think tebazi causes a nyo. That's why we are seeing issues of.
There's a pastor musaidize bitundu by'emitiana eyabulawo n'abantu abiri. He's been found and is being charged with aggravated trafficking. Kati zino endiga abiri yali azituttewo.
Now this pastor is called Pastor Sam Kalibala. He broke off from his mainstream church and started his own church, and then ran away with about 20 believers, including his family of 7. So police has been looking for this guy because they believe he's cultist. He does not believe in immunization. He does not believe in technology. He does not believe in education, and that's what he has been preaching to his people. But thankfully, police found him.
Yeah.
And all the followers he had disappeared with are safe and fine.
Yeah.
And he's from Nama sub-county there in Mitiana. So Rachel Kawala, the Wamala regional police spokesperson, is saying they are charging him with aggravated defilement.
Trafficking.
Are still ongoing. We opened up a case of aggravated trafficking in person against the pastor, and inquiries are still ongoing. The file will be submitted to Resident State Attorney Mitiana for perusal.
Yeah. Embeera bwetyo weyimiridde. Eyo nga tuvudde mu bitundu by'emitiana, we also have 104 Ugandans that are diagnosed with brain tumors every year.
Yeah, about 1.
And they can't access surgeries.
Yes,
What reason do we
year.
have?
And these people have to wait at least 1 year to get a surgery. So they live with the tumors, and these are life-threatening. Remember, when you have a tumor, it keeps growing, so it's supposed to be cut off. That's why you see some people convulsing on the road, like collapsing, just like that. So according to Dr. Michael Muhumuza, he's a neurosurgeon at Mulago National Referral Hospital, he says that they have to prioritize. Border accidents are so many that they end up prioritizing the border accidents over somebody with a tumor, because they believe you with a tumor can live, but somebody who has hit their head with a border injury cannot.
They need immediate
they need
attention.
urgent. So you end up finding that they push forward these people who have
to
tumors. Up to a year. You have to wait at least a year because
several border accidents, especially per day. This doesn't allow us to deal with tumors and these other cases. So when you hear patients coming to Mulago and then they are booked, that's the reason. And it's hard to operate a patient who is walking, and yet there are patients whom I already say are talking to the Lord and conscious after an accident. They can't be left alone.
So kwegamba tubeerawo nga tuli ku Mukama ayambe. Can you imagine? Can we designate like a facility especially for tumors?
Does Uganda have the capacity?
Yes, we have the
First
capacity.
of all, there's
Do
also
you know how much money
the
we're throwing
human
birthdays?
resource. There's human resource issue.
Have you seen the amount of money we are throwing around lately?
Then we have neurosurgeons. You know how many neurosurgeons
We just
are
haven't
actually there?
prioritized them. We are considering paying scientists.
No, there are not
lots of
so
money.
many compared to the number of accidents we are having, because these guys are still the ones who are dealing with. So, he's dealing with accidents of bodabodas. He's the very one having to deal with tumors.
These are Ugandans.
And there are few of them.
These are Ugandans.
That's why I was telling you the brain drain. The best ones get out of the country and work. The ones who can have the heart, patriotic heart, will stay around and say, let me work. With my first duty being to save life.
Let's plan better. Nga tumaliriza olunaku lw'abajulizi lusembedde. It's going to be in 1-2 days, I think, this week. Yeah?
Matters Day.
Matters Day.
Yeah.
The police has warned ababbi. So, abalamazi, please make sure you take caution as you moving.
Yeah, so police is saying people, there is a lot of theft that usually happens. Wali abafere, yeah, who take advantage. So people who have personal items of value, you maybe have an expensive phone, you have an expensive car bag, or you're carrying lots of money, you have to be very cautious, or if not, do not carry it. The other thing is terrorism. Yeah, police has also heightened security because Uganda still has some pockets of terrorists hidden somewhere, somehow, and they could strike any time. So police is also saying we having to have security on higher levels.
Abatujju oluvannyuma lw'ebikolwa eby'obutujju ebyaliwo wano mu ggwanga era nakati tukyalinamu obubondo bw'abatujju obwekusifu mu ggwanga naye nga ebikwatagana n'ebikujjuko bino ennamugongo tetunnaba kufunawo bulabe bwonna na kikolwa kya ntiisatiisa kiwerekeddwa ebikujjuko ennamugongo naye nga newankubadde ebyo weebiri twagala okutegeeza bannayuganda nti tulina ab'ebyokwerinda mu bitundu bino ebina n'ebitundu ebiriraanyeewo so twagala okutegeeza bannayuganda nti abakesi baffe bambega basobodde kwetooloola ebitundu byonna muli hoteeri businesses obuliraanyeewo kulaba nga tewabeera kusoomoozebwa konna.
Byebyo ebiri mu ggwanga. For more information you can check out our website ku www.galaxyfm.co.ug. ziri 18 ezakavaako ku ssaawa 5 ez'amakya g'olunaku olwaleero, and this is the mid morning. Good morning.
This is the mid-morning to Kone ku 100.2 Galaxy FM. Zzina.
I love it.